In the last lesson, we learned how to complete a DWI warrant mode case and download a PDF of the search warrant and affidavit. In this lesson, we are going to cover how to sign blood search warrants electronically within Leaders and send that request to a judge. This will decrease the time spent on obtaining the search warrant to allow you to get back to the streets quicker. From the View Forms page, locate the Request for Signing button at the top of the page. If you don't have this button, your agency is not active on e-warrants. Please contact us at our help desk for information on making this feature active. Before you can start a new search warrant request, your report must be complete. If you have this yellow box with red lettering on the View Forms page, that means you're missing important details. You'll have to fill out all the information missing before you can send the request to the judge. Once my report is complete, the Request for Signing button is now active. To start a new request, I'll click on that button, which takes me to the template page. I'm going to select the appropriate template from the drop-down menu. Most agencies will use the standard Texas warrant. At this point, I can view the affidavit in the blood search warrant if I need to. If your agency requires that a warrant request be approved by an assistant district attorney before sending it to a judge, you can download the affidavit at this point as a PDF and email it to them. Once I'm ready to start signing, I'm going to click Send Signing Request. At this point, I have two options for my witness. Leaders sends all of our affidavits to a judge, already witnessed by an officer or supervisor. If my witness is local, meaning the witness can come to my computer to witness my document and sign it on my computer, I'm going to make them a local witness. I'll then fill out all their information here to make them the witness. If my witness is not local and I need to send it to them remotely, I can select the witness from the list of officers within my organization to send a search warrant to them for the second signing. For this example, I'm going to select a local witness and input their information. Now that my witness information is in, I'm going to select the judge and judicial organization. Some judicial organizations have what's called organizational signing. If I select a judicial organization that has organizational signing, I do not have to select an individual judge. All judges within this organization will receive the request, and then they can log into and pull the warrant from the queue. Some courts do not want to be set up that way. If you have a court that's not set up organizational signing, you'll be able to select the individual judge. For this example, I'm going to use our test organization, which has organizational signing enabled, so I don't have to select a specific judge. We have launched an update which allows you to select the judge later in the signing process. If your judges don't have an on-call schedule, or if you don't know which judge you're going to use, you can toggle the Assign Judge Later toggle to Yes. This will allow you to choose your judge after the signatures have been applied by you and your witness, so you don't have to wake anyone up until the warrant is ready. Once that's done, I'll click Send to start the signing process. The first screen you will see is the affidavit for search warrant. Make sure you review the search warrant for content and errors. Once you've reviewed it, you can apply your signature to the search warrant. At the top of the screen, click Sign Document. This will open up your signing box. If you already have your signature stored in the system, your signature will automatically appear. If you have not stored your signature, you'll need to sign the document, and then that signature will save within the system. I'll click Sign Document again, and then the Submit button to apply my signature onto the document. If I scroll down, I can look to ensure that my signature was applied to the affiant section. After that, I click Approve at the top of the page. Since I'm using a local witness, the next screen that appears is for the local witness to sign. If I had used a remote witness, the warrant affidavit would have been sent to the other leader's user for them to sign in their own profile. You will need to have your second signer come to your computer, swear you into the document, they'll review it, and then apply their signature to the document. Since they are signing using your profile, they will have to physically sign the document by clicking Sign Document, which will open the signature box. The witness will then sign in the box. And once that's done, I click the Submit button to apply the signature to my document. and then your witness will click approve to finish it. Once approve is clicked, the warrant is now pending, waiting for judge assignment. If I had selected a judge in the beginning, the document will send to the selected judge automatically. Since this document is going to a judge already witnessed, it is very important that you actually conduct a swearing procedure for the affidavit. This includes remote and local witnesses. 1. You must verbally swear to the document in front of the witness or remotely over the phone. 2. You cannot just sign the document without the verbal swearing in. If you're later asked in court whether or not the witness swore in the officer and you answer no, the warrant can become invalid and your evidence lost. 3. You as the initiating officer must swear an oath or affirm to the facts of the affidavit. An oath and affirmation are essentially the same thing. The difference lies in whether a higher power or deity is referenced. An oath is a promise that invokes a higher power, God for example, while an affirmation relies on the personal honor of the person making the statement. Both are acceptable and legally binding. The witnessing officer must administer an oath. While there is not a set script, you must swear or affirm that the facts are true and correct. The witnessing officer can say something like, "Do you swear or affirm that the facts contained in this search warrant affidavit are true and correct?" And 4. The officer who wrote the affidavit cannot sign in both places. You must have a second signer. Yes, this has actually happened. Please do not do this. After I have found a judge to review my warrant, I need to assign that judge to the warrant request. To do that, I go over to the left navigation bar and click on the signing button and then Judge Assignment. This will show me the requests I have that are waiting for the judge to be assigned. I'll click Assign Judge, and that will give you the boxes to apply the organization and judge I'm sending it to. So for this example, I'm going to pick our judge test organization, and then I'll pick my test judge profile. Once I do that, I click Assign Judge, and the system automatically sends the warrant to the judge's profile within Leaders. Once the judge has reviewed your search warrant, you will receive an email notification. To see search warrants that have been rejected and/or approved, follow the hyperlink in the email or go to the Signing tab and click on Signing Process. If you click on Completed, it will show the warrants that have been approved by a judge. You can then download the affidavit and blood search warrants from here. If you click on Rejected, that would show all of your rejected search warrants from the judge. It's important that if a judge rejects a search warrant affidavit, that you include it with your final case report. From the View Forms page on my report, I can scroll down to the bottom, and I see the signing requests and their status for this case. Once I have completed the blood draw, I can come back to my leader's report and complete a full case report. This step is detailed in the previous session. Let's review. If your agency is not using our e-warrants module, please reach out to our help desk and we can discuss how to turn that feature on for your agency. The witness for your warrant can be local or remote. Local means that person is coming to your computer to sign their portion of the affidavit. You must swear to the document. Do not skip this step and simply sign without the witness swearing you to the document. Make sure you actually have someone witness your signature. You cannot sign both places on the affidavit. You still have to contact the judge on the phone to make sure they are able to review your warrant, because judges are likely asleep and don't monitor email 24 hours per day. In the next lesson, we will discuss other types of leaders' case reports that are available for your use and when you will use them.